Alright, just come out of the pits. I just want you to follow me around. I just want you to focus on the line and where we are on the track. Okay? Because this is what we're gonna take for our line at full speed. Then you cut into the curb, right? Set your angle up for the exit. Use this curb. Use this curb. Leave a little bit of room so you can dab the brake and cut in here and cut a little bit of grass. And that sets this corner up so you can brake a little bit and stay to the left here. And then you're set up for this corner better to attack it and use the banking. And you come out right to the wall, flush with the wall. Use this little bit of curb on the left before the grass starts to give you a little bit of a better turn-in angle. And then you put your right tires on the inside of the white line all the way around. Right about here as you start to go in the tunnel. You straighten out a little bit, you come over here, and then right tires right against the white line again. And then you come back out onto the road, left tires on the curb. That gives you a better lineup for here. You stay tight. Right about here as the road dips, the car comes out. Outside curb, you can use a little bit right here. Then you brake just as that ends. So hold up. We'll back up. Okay, so this is a really important braking point. This little curb on the right is what I use as my braking point. So this little piece of road right here, where this bar is, where it ends, the bridge ends, that's my braking point for here. Right? Because you want to make sure you stop in a straight line, right? You have time to brake in a straight line, get the car slowed down, and then trail brake in and focus on your rotation, carrying decent speed, and then getting a good angle. So that way when you get on the throttle, you're not oversteering and you're not requiring too much for the car. And then when you come out, I put my right tire basically way out here, and your left tires can go all the way to the left side or the right side of this red and white curb. And then right before... What? Yeah. Okay, so here's what you need to look at. What I look at and what I focus at when I come out of this corner is my right tires. Basically, when I come out of here, my right tires go on the curb where the white line meets it, where it starts. So right before the curb starts, my right tire goes over this. And then my car's just straight after this. But you gotta just know where your left side tires are and make sure that you just keep it on this curb. Just on the edge. You can be on the right side of it on the low part. Just as long as you're on it. Yeah, I could use this much curb. I get away with that and not get a penalty. But if you go over 2 more inches, right? See how there's a little bit of green just in between the left side tires on the curb? That's the penalty. So not a penalty, and then a penalty, right? And that's just the difference. It's if you lighten up your steering just a little bit, right? It's just about staying on the edge of the curb, and that's all you have to do, really. Just focus on staying on this edge part, okay? And now when it ends, come back over, and I just split this white line. And then for fun, I try to get as close as I can to this yellow wall and almost hit it. And then left side, same thing. Almost hit this wall. And then go straight for this yellow wall. Okay, now coming down here, if you're in draft, grab 6th gear because you'll go faster. And then, so in draft, brake a little bit before the 100, just before that curb starts. If you're not in draft, brake as the curb starts. And you want to brake straight until this curb's almost done. So just chill, right? And now see these black marks on the road that we're driving over right now? And they start turning in? And you feel the banking of the road? This is where we turn in, right? Then the car dips down, right? Dips into the corner, get on the curb a little bit, and then you're rotating, and then it goes straight from here. And then left side tires on this exit curb. Same thing, right? Where you use the whole road, and your right side tires are just, you know what I mean? Just chilling over in the green stuff. And then right tight here. And then cut this. And then if you do something stupid and you swerve to the left and then back over, it'll give you a pit lane penalty. So yeah, don't try that. Yeah. And then most of the time I'll hit 6th gear before I come up this hill. if I'm in like draft, and then you get a really, really good run down here. Okay, so turn 1, brake at the 100. Right, you're going to full brake. As we get to here, as the curb is almost ending, you're going to turn in, cut the car, get it on the inside curb at least, you know what I mean, halfway through, just after halfway through. And then, you know what I mean, you split that. Like, the red and white curb on exit for me is like right in the middle of my car. Or just under the left side tires. And like, see how much you can cut that? And that sets this up. You can get your left side tires on those bumpy curbs a little bit because you're postured better for the corner. Then you go to second, just chill. Use on the throttle. Short shift to third so you don't get tire spin in second. No, I usually go to fourth. Okay, so first, up to second on the apex. And just ease to full throttle. Yeah. Yeah, just try to stay like a car length behind me. And I'll just, yeah, I'll lift on straight so you can catch back up. You gotta straighten her out. You gotta lighten up your steering a little bit. You're trying to turn too much and hold on to the road too much. You gotta straighten out your steering and let the car gradually come out of the corner. Right? Like a straight sweep. Right? You want to keep the lateral grip in between your rear axles and under the car. Keep it under the ass end. Like, even if you oversteer a little bit, just like countersteer to counteract it. Right? And you can just hold second for turn 1. You don't have to go to first. And just be patient on the throttle. And just focus on getting it to rotate. And here, make sure you cut this. Second before you turn in. So like while I'm on the left side of the road still. And make sure you really let the car settle. So like 3/4 of the way through that corner, once the car finally like starts to slow down and settle, that's the point where the car's going to have its most maneuverability and you can start easing on the throttle and propel the car out of the corner. Like, you don't have to turn hard. Don't worry about doing 90-degree steering. Only turn like 45 degrees, especially through like that last corner we just went through. Yeah. The only corner you really have to turn for is like this hairpin, and it's only when you're on the apex. So like you start turning, and then as you get on the curb, then you turn the wheel upside down, and then you straighten out for exit. So you really set up the exit angle by coming in just a little bit wide and then let the car cut back in. And then power out. There you go. See how there's less stress on the car when you come out of the corner? Keep your steering more center. Just 45-degree steering. Don't turn the fucking thing all the way. Just 45-degree steering. And you know what I mean? Just lead the car. Just guide the thing around the corner. Slow, smooth steering. Brake a little bit early so you don't have to push through the corner. That's why I come through there and when I get on the curb, my steering's really light to the left and I let it rotate me. And like I break traction in first gear a little bit coming out of that corner and it just straightens out the car for me. Yeah, you can just hold fourth gear for that corner. Yeah. Alright, come on, catch up. We gotta get in the 28s. Did you guys stay close to me? Yep. 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 Do you have traction control on? Oh. We had it on before. Yeah. Okay, we'll try it on one. Just because of that hairpin. And I want you to be able to punch it and like catch the car and fucking go straight. I'll watch your steering after, but I bet you're probably just turning the fucking wheel and not straightening out the wheel as you give it throttle. I feel like we need to get you in the middle. Because once I start going, Asian can keep up, but then we start to lose you. Asian's definitely not a B driver, is he? Yeah, I thought so. Yeah. He's just chilling, racing with you from the back. Alright, I'm gonna run a heater and then I'm gonna jump out and I'm gonna spectate you for a minute. Oh shit. Whatever. Alright, let's see what you're doing here. Hold on, let me adjust my audio. There, that's better. Grab third. Fourth for this. Second. You're still not really turning enough on entry, so your exit's not lined up, and then you're having to turn too much on exit. And that's why you're oversteering for no fucking reason. I can already see it. You're turning a little bit in, and then you're having to turn more, and then you're just fucking yourself. You gotta turn more while you're going slow, while you're braking, and line it up, so that way when you come out of the corner, you're straightening out your wheel, instead of turning. Or having to turn more. Right? On the exit, you want to be straight out of your wheel. You don't have to fucking force it more, because then you're just going to create oversteer. Unless you want oversteer, then fucking turn more and punch it. And then just countersteer. Like a jackass. And then, yeah, flick your ass end into the guy on your outside and tell him to go fuck himself. Basically. Let's turn a little bit earlier. And go down to first. But you got to slow down a little bit more. Like, you have to finish your trail break and keep bringing the car to the inside of the road. Lead it a little bit earlier there and cut the grass more. And there you got to stay right a little bit longer and then commit to the left. Stop riding throttle so much too. Don't ride throttle while you're braking. Just brake and then roll and then wait and then accelerate. Like here? Yeah, come off the throttle. Come off the throttle all the way. All the way. All the fucking way. Don't even rest your foot on the pedal. Like, well, grab your right knee and fucking physically lift it off the fucking pedal. It's because you're trying to keep speed. It works in mid-engine cars somewhat, but like, it's not as good as you think it is. Like, yes, it has uses, but it's not for fucking 24/7. Just ride the throttle into the corner and understeer and not unlock the differential. The whole point of you braking and like tapping the brakes is to unlock the differential. Like, the whole point of dabbing the brake here and lifting is so the fucking rear tires unlock and the car rotates. Right? So you're not forcing the weight to the outside and it starts fucking understeering. You want the car to be agile the whole way around. You gotta at least dab the brake there. A little bit. Use more curb and more road on exit. Okay, make sure you brake straight. Just gotta slow down a little bit more. You gotta hold that little 10%, 5% brake at the end. As you bring the car to the inside. It's like gym class. You gotta make sure you touch the curb like you're touching the fucking line when you do suicides. Like, you don't just reach and fucking act like you're touching the you touch the fucking floor. Right? It's like, you know what I mean? People think about touching the fucking inside curb. No, go touch the fucking inside curb. Your tire didn't touch it. What are you talking about? You didn't fucking make the corner or the apex at all. You just think you did, right? You just want to tell yourself you did. But at no point did you touch fucking curb. And that's like how 90% of people fucking drive. It's like, I'm on the road. You're on the fucking road. Golf clap. Like, what do you want, a medal? Like, go fucking actually use the whole road. Go put the damn car where you're supposed to. And all of a sudden you realize, you're like, wow, I got 3 feet more of fucking road on either side of me that I can use. It's like, yeah, that's a lot less G-force you have to put on the car and a lot less stress you have to put on the car and a lot more sweeping motion that you can do into and through corners to really set up your exits and really carry out that momentum. Grab 6 a little bit sooner there. Yeah. Yeah. You could downshift a little bit faster too. Okay, cut this grass on the right. Turn early. You're trying to turn too hard to the left. Through there. You stay second here. I go third to second. Through that section. Stay to the right. You gotta like hit that bollard every lap. Then you gotta brake before that downhill. No, another 10 laps. Every time you make a mistake, you gotta do 10 clean laps. How's that? Yo, what's up, Flocker? What's up, Shahir? What's up, William? Thanks for the follow, Ben Frank. He'll live. He's fine. He's fine. All right, good to go? You need to posture more. Let the car rotate. Slow it down a little bit more. Take your time. Stay to the right. Brake before the crest. Before you go down the hill. You want you want the front tires to grip the whole time. So brake early. Make sure that when you turn in, that front right tire is reacting. And it's not pushing. It's not understeering. It's not like there's resistance when you turn the wheel and the car wants to go into the corner. You know what I mean? Like every turn in, the car should respond like you're fucking coasting in second gear doing 50 kilometers an hour, not on the throttle or the brake, where it just fucking turns. Right? Like if you're just a cruise doing 50 kilometers an hour down the road, yeah, it'll just veer. Right? And that's what you want. You want to brake early enough so you can come off the brakes, right? The car slow down enough so that you're comfortable to come off the brakes. And then when you turn, the car's reacting. Yeah. You're still, like, your braking points aren't bad. The problem is you're not slowing down enough for some apexes, and you're just letting it sail through the corner too fast, trying to carry too much speed through the corner. It's like, just slow down a little bit more, fucking make it turn, make it rotate, and then get the fuck on the gas, instead of trying to carry so much speed through the corner. Right? You gotta slow it down at apex more. Get on the gas a little bit more there. Dab the brake, yep. Throttle, dab the brake. Brake again. Throttle. Dab the brake. Chill, chill, chill. You gotta wait until that wall's almost done. That short wall. Like 3/4 of the way. And just chill and stay tight. So that way, when you start easing on the throttle, you're just going straight out of the corner rather than still turning. You know what I mean? You're going straight into the tunnel, straight to where you cut back to the outside of the road again, right on the edge of the white line. Gotta make sure you full brake, slow it down enough so that the car rotates at apex, and then you can get on the throttle without a lot of G-force on the right side of the car. Right? Now go. And the car goes straight, right? It doesn't fucking fishtail, it's fucking locked in going straight ahead of you. That's what you want. Gotta do the same thing turn 1, where you kind of like float in, but then rotate more before you get to the middle of the corner, cut it the fuck in, and then get the fuck on it. Like a drag strip, and slingshot out of the corner. And grab third gear. Now rotate the bitch. Go. Turn, 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 turn. Rotate. Then fucking straighten out and go. But you gotta like turn at your slowest point there, before the middle of the corner. Turn. Stay right. Now set it up. Stay left. Set this up. Stay right. Then go back out to the road. Come back in. Hug, 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 go. Stay right. Then you're gonna hug coming down. Hug early. Hug early. Stay. Yeah, good. Okay, brake early. Turn early. Throttle early. Straighten out the steering early. Stay left. Tighter. You got inches. There's space in there. I could fucking walk between your car and the wall. That's a problem. You should kill me. Standing on the edge of the road. A little bit too fast. Right? You heard it. You heard the RPMs. They weren't low enough. You weren't doing 50 kilometers an hour. You're doing 70. Okay. Now once you're turned in, before you get to the middle of the corner, turn the fucking car. Keep cranking the wheel. Turn. Now straighten out. Now go in a little bit deeper. Going a little bit deeper. Yeah, but going deeper so you give yourself fucking 6 feet of road or a car width to the inside of you to rotate and cut into. Right? In the middle of the corner. Keep rotating, right? And then see how the car starts to straighten out? And you had to start straightening out your steering because you cut in too much? Okay, that's what you want, but you want that later. You want that right before you go full throttle, so when you fucking hit your exit, you're gone. Right? Now, go. And grab third, though. Don't keep forcing the steering after. Once you feel that rotation of the fucking throttle, just straighten out your steering. The fucking car's rotating for you. You don't have to turn anymore. Right? That's how I steer the car, with throttle. I don't turn the fucking wheel like that. I turn with my ass end. With my fucking right foot. Same thing here. Just turn with your fucking foot and straighten out your arms. Okay, now go a little bit deep here. Rotate the car and then fucking sail out like it's a drag strip. Right? Cut the car back in the middle of the corner. Give yourself room to turn. Right? You can still go a little bit later. But yeah, that's not bad. I like to go in a little bit deep and then cut in and really slingshot out and get a better exit and prioritize the exit. More than just like coming in tight, staying tight, and then, you know what I mean, going back out to the exit curb. Okay, get tight here early. Same thing here. Yeah, brake a little bit earlier than the end of that curb on the right, on the bridge. Like a car length. Like all my braking points and my markers and things like that, they're all like 6 feet ahead of my car from when I'm like actually doing it. Like I'm doing it 6 feet before I get to it. It's almost like my brain just calculates because I'm in the fucking bumper cam that I'm at the very, very front of the car, but I know I'm in the fucking driver's seat, so I have to do it a little bit earlier than where I'm actually at. Yep, chill, now go. Third. Stay to the right. Go early. You can line it up a little bit better. You weren't as far to the right as you could have been. Second, go. Straight, 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 yep. See, rotating with that right foot. You can downshift faster here too. Floor it. All right, go a little bit deeper here and cut it more. Yeah. And then grab third. Feel the difference though? So you come in and you hit the apex a little bit later, you make your apex a little bit later, and then you're timing it for the exit, and then you fucking come out with a lot more speed. You set up the exit more. So same thing here. Like I stay a little bit wide and I float in and rotate and let it float through the corner rather than slow down all the way, like right away, right? The longer corners, I kind of like chill and roll through them. Let the car gradually slow down. So you got to grab third there. And you got to like be comfortable letting the car run out to the edge of the right side of the curb. You're still like inducing a little bit of understeer trying to force the car on exit. Where you just need to like, yeah, be okay with letting the car come out to the edge of the road. Yeah. Like as you get on the throttle, just be okay with letting the car come out to the very edge of the track limit. And just slow, smooth steering. Yeah, go. Third. That grass. You're just taking too much curb. Trying to turn too much. Come on. Gotta slow it down for that at least. That was just grass. Okay, do it again. Let's go. You're almost in the 28s. Come on, Asians in the 27s. Come on, you got to posture properly. Positioning. Positioning on the road. A little bit too tight coming in. Give yourself more room to rotate in. Sweep in from the outside. And then carry the sweep through the exit. Don't just like come into the corner and turn in and then just understeer all the way in and then all the way through and then all the way out. You know what I mean? Bring it in, have it float. Try to rotate the car with the rear end. And just like using light trail brake. Third. Second. Yep. Trying to force it with steering though. You gotta brake sooner, so you don't have to turn as hard. Float the car in. Don't put as much G-force on the car. Make sure when you do load the suspension, it's reacting. There you go. Now you're getting close to the walls. And look how straight you brake into the hairpin. Decent speed, okay. Now just don't be scared to fucking floor it out of there in first gear. Okay, hit the inside curb 3/4 of the way through. Too early. Hit it later. See how when you hit it 1/4 of the way through where you ended up on the exit, you ended up wide. So time it where you chill and coast and roll and gradually slow the car down. And then cut it in. Just do it in like third gear down to second. Even go down to first, I guess. I mean, it looks like you're going to have to use first. Because you got to keep trail braking. You got to keep holding that 10% brake for longer. Into the corner. Like, basically all the way to like halfway through. Until the car's actually pointing at the exit curb almost. You know what I mean? No. You just full brake initially to get down to your speed. And then when you start turning, then you come off the brakes. And then, like, as you slow down to, like, your slowest point, right? You trail brake to the point where the car basically wants to cut in on its own. Just from the steering that you have. And then you roll for a sec, right? Like, right before that. Like, you come off the brakes right before you're at that point. Just to roll and get a little bit more rotation. Off throttle, off brakes. And then you start easing on the throttle. And then, you know what I mean? I time my arc. Like, if you want, here, spectate me for a second. I'll show you what I mean. So, like, I come in later, and I hit it right there, right? And that lines me up for this. Then watch the grass. Oh, my tires are cold as fuck. I can see them. They're blue. Hold on. Right? So I'm like timing the arc for 3/4 of the way through. That's what I mean by prioritizing the exit. It's just like light brake, and it just makes the car cut in. Right? Like if you look at the in-car view, look at my steering. And just watch how I steer. And watch my brake every time I brake into a corner and how my steering is in relation to my braking. You still there? Okay. You just didn't say anything, so I wasn't sure. I had to check. See how much faster I downshift initially? It's like a machine gun. Pew, 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 pew. And it's funny because I can copy it. Because I know. I don't even have one. No, I haven't even been doing this race. Yeah, I only qualified for AC. I've just done this combo a million times. This track's just fun. I love driving the Super around here. See, I'm really prioritizing positioning over just like sending it into the corner. Like, do you see how light I was steering through those 3 fucking corners? Yeah, like I'm not forcing the fucking car. I'm not doing anything crazy. Like, I'm not asking more than what the tires are gonna do. Like, look how lightly I steered through that fucking corner. Alright, I might as well have just gone through there fucking straight. Like, at this point, you could just do this shit with one hand, right? With the amount that I'm actually steering, you could do this shit with one hand. No problem. Right? It's not like I'm having to exert a lot of force. Just making sure I brake straight. Right? Slow the fucking car down. Chill. Right? Car rolls. Then I go. Yeah, just the hairpin. And I do it when I'm at the slowest point. When the front tires are gonna react and they're not just gonna fucking skid or chatter or fucking, you know, do nothing. Just look at me and be like, what do you want? I want you to turn. That's what I want you to do. See, and I wait for 3/4 and I come into the curb. Yeah. See, this is what I mean by like leading the car and just guide the car. Right? Don't lean the thing over like you want to fucking roll it. And then I wait longer. See how I slow down a little bit later and just let the car roll for a sec? Let it rotate and then it postures, then I can just accelerate nice and smooth. And see how much I fucking cut that shit? Get all the way over the right. Just, you should hear you hit that bollard every lap. Just ding, ding, ding. Yeah. Every lap. Just fucking bing. Fucking hit that shit. That's how you know you're on the line. I wish I could, like, use a track editor or something and put little fucking bollards and little, like, cones that don't actually fuck you up and be like, hey, see all these little fucking bollards I placed? Go hit every single fucking one, every lap. And, like, you know what I mean? Shit will just click. It's like, you'll have to hit this here. You'll have to hit this here. Like, you want to know where I'd actually put bollards on this track? So you know where to actually hit? Okay, I'd put one at the very end of this braking point. Right here. Then I'd put one right on this fucking apex curb right here. And then I'd put another one right here. Right on the fucking edge of the track. So you have to hit all three of those. Then one right here on this curb. One right here over in the grass a little bit. So you hit it with the right front of your car. One here on top of one of these curbs. Right? One here on this fucking apex curb right there where I touch it with my right tire. One here right against the fucking wall. One here inside the fucking right hand, or the white line. Right? Right here. Then put another one on the left side. Smash that one, because it's already fucking there. One on this apex curb, right where you touch it with your fucking left tire. One here, right before you turn in. One here on the apex. One here right before this curb, so you hit that one every time. One here right at the end of this curb, just for fun. Bro, I'm telling you, I would just fucking outline the whole fucking racing line and the whole track and be like, hey, every single one of these fucking marks. These are all your marks. Fuck the stupid driving line. Here, let me do this shit. Here's your targets. Go fucking hit them. Bing, bing, bing. Fucking done. Sit down. That's what you got to do out of the corner. When you floor it in first gear, just fucking quick counter steer and fucking straight. Like, oh shit, we're going sideways. Okay, fucking, yeah. That's it. And if you want to practice it, just do it down a straightaway. Just be like, left, right, straight. Left, right, straight. Right? Sometimes it'll go out of control and you'll die. But, like, you'll figure it out. Right? The more you do it and the more you fuck with it, like, just practice. Why? Oh. He's in the stream. Yeah. I'm not sure. But yeah. So did you notice the difference with the steering? You want to go try that now? Okay. I thought he had no assist on for a second, but he's got counter steer assist on. Bro, just turn your fucking arms the opposite direction. Just keep pointing your tires down the fucking road. It's simple. No. I don't know. I wouldn't say I really have a worse student. Like the worst person I've ever coached. I mean, there's been some pretty bad ones. But, you know, I wouldn't say somebody's the worst. Okay, let's see the difference. Let's just see the difference in how you drive now. Just cut grass. Just keep focusing on where you want your car 6 feet from now. Like in the middle of the corner, focus on the next 6 feet in front of you. At least he knows. Yep. Got straight line brake. Brake early. You can't brake later. You can always trail brake. But you can't fucking stop later. Once you've stopped late, you're fucked. You can always come off the brakes though. You gotta hit it later so you can go full throttle. Not bad. You gotta carry a little bit more speed though. Your positioning's getting better. You're finding the rhythm. Don't force it with steering. Make sure the front tires are rotating. Hold on. There's another thing you can do. Back out for a sec. Go to exit. Go to the GT symbol. Go to options. Go to sound volume and global. Then go to the bottom. Go to tire squeals and crank it all the way to +5. Then go to rival engine car noise, put that to -1. Transmission -1. And engine -1. Yeah. And then put your race sound effects all the way to 10. Okay. Now, go listen to your tires. And when they scream at you, stop beating the shit out of them. Listen for a light squeal, and that's all you want. Just a light squeal. Hammer on it. And then grab third if you have to. Okay, now float. Say to the right. Float. Say to the left. Light brake. Go, go, go. Gotta carry speed out to that outside wall. Float, 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 chill. Go. Say right. Turn early. Lead the car. Downhill corners, always lead the car early. No matter where you're at. Okay, if you full brake, your arms are straight. Don't start coming off the brakes until you start turning. And don't turn. And don't turn until you start coming off the brakes. Gotta carry a little bit more speed in, lead it a little bit more, trail brake a little bit longer, and then cut in a little bit later. Still holding throttle now through the corner. You gotta carry more speeds. You don't have to hold throttle. So you can just roll and coast instead of hold gas. Yes. Yeah. Throttle. Yeah. Yeah, it's not bad in second. As long as you brake early enough and you know what I mean? You get the car floating and turned in, it's fine. You just have to keep the weight within the car. As long as you keep the weight within the car, you'll be fine. It's when you exceed it, that's when you go around. That's when dumb shit happens. That's when you get understeer into the corner. You have to know your side G's mixed with your forward and lateral G's. And like know that they're combined when you force them onto each tire individually. Like when you come into there, you're forcing it on the left side of the car and you're forcing it on the front of the car at the same time. So that's why you can't steer as hard. And if you try, the car just understeers because you're trying to ask too much. Like the car will react when you're light on it. It's when you try to be heavy on it that it fights you and it doesn't do what you want. It'll just induce understeer. Like the harder you fight the tires, the more they're gonna fucking push. Like if you go into this fucking hairpin and you just full brake and then turn the wheel upside down all the way, watch what it does. Just full brake, turn the wheel upside down as far as you can. Okay, now accelerate. But like, see what it does? Like, if you carry some speed, like go through turn one, and instead of like turning normally and being gradual with your steering, just turn the fucking wheel upside down and just skid the fucking right front tire all the way through. You know what I mean? Where it just fries the front right tire. Basically, yeah. Okay? Now, if you steer lightly, what does it do? But, like, I more mean when you go through a corner and you just, like, hold the wheel upside down. Like, if you were to go through this corner, instead of turning a little bit, you turn the wheel upside down. And then go through here, you turn the wheel upside down. And then go through here, you turn the wheel upside down, right? What's it do? Nothing. Right? Even though you're turning the wheel a fuck ton, it's not reacting, right? The front outside tire is just skidding. It's just chattering. Okay, so you don't want that. That's just bad. Right? So anytime you're doing that, you're fucking up. When you do that through a corner, like say you go into this corner a little bit too hot and you have to turn the fucking wheel extra and it does that, right? It makes that noise. That's what you're fucking doing. But you don't notice it because you're not actually turning the wheel upside down and exaggerating it. But that's what's happening when you're understeering through corners. You know what I mean? Yes, and try to put as little force on the tire as possible. Only use the tire threshold that you need, right? So the rest of it can be used for grip. You want to put as little G-force on the side of the car as possible when you're accelerating so you have the most grip as possible, right? Yes. So like when you're turning, you want your G-force like lower so that you can carry more speed and you have more agility. Like the car will just dive and twist and do what the fuck you need it to. Right? Like that's how I get the car to like pitch around for me. Just like randomly in corners. And this is why you were holding the throttle. Because you drive this thing. That's what got you in the habit of doing it in the Supra. Yeah. It's just a bad habit, though. Yeah, man. You think that'll help out? Alright. Yeah. Yeah, just remember, you don't have to push it. It's all about just posturing the car and lining it up. Right? Just making sure you're slowed down enough to your corner speed. Just, yeah. Just focus on the fundamentals. You know what I mean? Just doing all the basic shit right. Making sure, you're not fucking turning when you're full braking. Because you just, you increase your braking distance and you upset your car for where you're supposed to be lined up. Because you're probably not supposed to turn in yet anyways. If you're still having to full brake. Right? Yeah, and then when you go through like turn 2, turn 3, turn 4, you don't have to full brake either. Right? Turn 5, you don't have to full brake either. Just half brake. Just roll it in a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, like I just half brake and roll it in. And just coast. And just take my time slowing the car down and gradually bring the car into the inside of the corner. So that I time my exit and then I slingshot out. That's like one of the most important parts of this track. Is just, slingshotting out of every corner. And making sure, you attack the apex a little bit late, kind of, so that you focus more on your exits. Like, it's pretty key in, like, turn 1 and coming out of the long right going into the next tunnel. Like the second one. Yeah, don't focus on the time. Just focus on each corner individually. Yeah, just perfecting each corner. Right? Remember, consecutive corners, the next corner is always more important. It's always more important to set up the next corner. Rather than to, you know what I mean? Try to accelerate out too early and try to carry too much speed. when you're going to have to turn the opposite direction anyways. Gotta use more of the road on exit there. Way better. Even though you're a little bit wide on the exit, that was still 1,000 times better fucking going in and halfway through. Right? Just, you know what I mean? Cut it a little bit more, and you're perfect. There you gotta carry more speed out. You're slowing down too late. You're slowing down way too late for that right. Slow down a little bit early, and then, like, accelerate through, kind of. Like, once you got down into the banking. Just commit to your steering to the right, and he's on the throttle. Hey, he's still up. Okay, don't be scared to use the whole road. Straighten out the wheel. Go. There you go. Don't be fucking scared of first gear either. It's your best friend. It's your best friend. I know you're scared of it. That's why you grabbed second early. Don't bother. Just use it. Same thing with Suzuka. You gotta use first gear. It's your friend. Second gear does nothing. Okay. Small improvement. Got a little bit more. Yep, a little bit of patience. That's all it is. Just a little bit of patience coming off the brakes. Just keep going. Don't worry about the penalty. Focus on the line. Yep. Carry speed. Go, 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 go. Gotta carry more speed than that still. Chill, chill, chill. Stay focused. Stay focused on what's next, not what just happened. Just focus on correcting what just happened. And you just remember it for the future. Blow it. You gotta brake more and slow down more on the left curb. You gotta brake while you're on the left curb. Go over those bumpy curbs on the inside and brake at the same time. You should feel the car want to turn for you while you do it. Like it should almost start sliding to the left. Instead of like understeering. I try to slow down enough so that I can accelerate in between. So like as I go through the right, I'm accelerating out through the grass. You know what I mean? When you're going through there, you're just like rolling and you're doing braking instead of accelerating. And that's the problem. It's the same thing with like Bathurst. Okay, so you know how Bathurst, where you come over the crest of the hill and you go down the hill like a fucking roller coaster? Okay. So, same thing basically, where you go down that and you accelerate as you go to the right. So you brake, accelerate to the right. Brake, accelerate to the left. Brake, accelerate to the right. Okay, well it's the same thing here. Okay, this S curve right here is the same thing. Alright, you brake, accelerate to the right, brake, accelerate to the left, brake, accelerate to the right. You have to have that acceleration in between. You're just like rolling off the brake and then you're not giving it any throttle input in between. So the car's not really like doing anything. Yeah, and accelerate, then brake, a little bit of acceleration, then brake, then accelerate. But you gotta go all the way out to that outside wall. You gotta put your left side tire on that curb. The curb outside the curb. When you come out of this corner, your track limit is the fucking wall. I want you to touch that yellow wall. Like, try to hit that fucking yellow wall right there. Every time you come out of here, try to hit that. Yes. And then stay against the wall. And then cut in. And then use the road to come in a little bit wider and then cut in later. And then, you know what I mean? You're lined up for your exit more. No, I just cracked all my knuckles. Yeah. No. Got us trail brake a little bit more. Came off the brakes too soon all the way. Gotta keep it rotating and pull it back in. Gotta get the dive a little bit more to the left. At least you hit the wall that time. It's better than oversteering. Facing the other way. Okay, now you hear the tires squealing at you all the way through that corner? You gotta listen to that. You gotta correct that. That's too much. That's why I told you turn it up to 5. Because now you're gonna hear everything. When that motherfucker lights up, you're gonna hear it every time. skirt all the way through the corner. Yeah, that's too much. That's too loud. So it's supposed to be a light squeal, not a heavy squeal. Like that little chirp, that's fine. Little chirps are okay. Yeah. But yeah, it's the long screeching chirps that you don't want. That's when you're just sailing through the corner. And the car's not turning. At all. Go. And now, on the exit, you can hear the tires start to slightly break loose, right? Okay, and that's like a slight indicator you're on the edge. Right? So you hear that little screech? Yeah, you know you're kind of pushing the tires a little bit. Right? You hear the limit. Right? You hear when you're on the edge of G-force, right? And pushing the tire threshold. Yeah. Yeah. And just listen to the tires. While you're turning and while you're floating through the corner, right? Because, like, you're coming into turn one and there's, like, no tire screeching. There should be a little slight tire screech, right? Where you're just gradually coming in with a little bit of push and then it goes away a little bit when the car rolls, right? And then you start to hear it again as you start to ease on the throttle and you know what I mean? Start to rip out of the corner again. But, like, yeah. You'll get used to between like a really light tire screech going through the corner and a heavy one. And you'll know that you're just like doing the right thing. And you're on the right line, carrying the right speed, right? And you're using the car to what it has and to its potential. And like that's what you're looking for, right? You're looking for the potential of the car and you're trying to find it the whole time. You know what I mean? Like, it's not you trying to just drive the fuck out of the car. No, you're trying to see what the car will do. What does it want to do and what doesn't it want to do? Right? It's like having a wife. It's like you have to actually learn her. It's the same shit with a car. Gotta figure out what the fucking car is like. What its natural balance is. Because, like, a Porsche is different than a Supra. Two completely different cars. They float into the corner completely differently. They trail brake differently. The gearing's different. Everything's different. Like, one has a turbo with massive turbo lag. The other, you rev the piss out of it, and it's just there. And has a long as fuck first gear. Right? And the gear, like, you know what I mean? It's just feeling the car out, finding each car's potential. You still got to carry a little bit more speed in. And then trail brake a little bit longer and cut the car in later. A little bit too slow. Just being a little bit too cautious. Let's try to be a little bit more confident. Don't be as timid. Be a little bit more aggressive. Just a little bit. Let's be firm with it. Like, you want to feel the car through your wheel. So gotta hit the apex a little bit later. Give yourself more room to cut back in. Gotta carry more speed out and through the apex. Like another 5 miles an hour. Alright, give it a little bit more steering input on apex. In the middle of the corner. And then straighten out the wheel as you get on the throttle. Okay, go a little bit deep so you can cut back in and line up your exit. Don't go to the inside curb until at least halfway through. That's a little bit better. Well, you still gotta cut it all the way in. Throttle, throttle, throttle in the middle. Yep. Go. Third. Okay, do you know why I oversteered on the exit there? Because you held throttle all the way through the corner and it just didn't understeer. The differential didn't unlock. You have to trail brake until you almost get, like, to the second tunnel there. And roll. So you got to carry a little bit of speed and take your time slowing down through so you don't have to give it throttle. Instead, you're just trail braking. It's different when you're following people. When you have nobody in front of you, you have no reason to slow down early and have to accelerate through. That's better. Go. Go, 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 go. Don't fucking... Yep. There you go. There's 3/10. Chill, chill, chill. Okay. Go. You gotta tuck your inside tire in just a little bit more on each apex. You know what I mean? Go. Okay, now what I want you to do for the back straight, I want you to get on the throttle a little bit earlier and just counter steer. If it fucking breaks loose on you. Like, get on it on the apex. And if it breaks loose, just counter steer. And if you spin out, you spin out. But do it every lap until you can drift out of the corner and drive straight and hold on to it. And then, stop doing that. Be patient on the throttle. And then you'll never spin out ever again. Coming out of that corner. Okay, be confident. Go. See, you're still coming out of there, and it's like you don't have the oomph, the momentum. Same thing here, right? You got to roll through and chill and time your acceleration. So you have oomph on exit. There you go. Yep. You're getting there, man. You're getting there. The consistency is there, but you know like the difference now compared to like how you were driving before, compared to like what I'm talking about now, and what I'm trying to get you to focus on now, right? Yeah, yeah. Guys, try to get used to counter steering, because that's like the one thing you're late at. Every time you come out of that corner onto the backstretch, you oversteer and you don't counter steer at all. You keep the wheel straight. Your idea of counter steering is to straighten out the wheel. That's not counter steering. You got to turn the opposite way. Your wheels have to be pointed down the road where you want to go at all times. Right? So when the rear end kicks out of a corner, your front tires need to be pointed down the straightaway so that way when your rear tires gain grip, they follow the fronts down the straightaway. Because you're still traveling at speed, right? You're still accelerating. So eventually the rears are going to come back behind you as long as you keep your wheels pointed down the road. That's like the whole theory behind drifting and counter steer. Is your front tires need to be pointed down the road no matter where your rear end's pointed. So as it kicks out, keep the rears pointed down the road. Like try it out of turn 1. Try to kick the rear loose out of turn 1 in second gear. Just like stomp on it and turn hard. Turn the traction control off. Come on, slow down enough so it'll actually oversteer. Jeez. Come on, you know how to do a burnout? You know how to mess around in a parking lot? Try to keep it floored in first and drive out of it and go straight. Without lifting. Okay, now steer. Just steer. Just steer. Find a way to get it to go straight. Feather it a little bit if you have to. But like point it a direction. And then keep the tires spinning and drive it that way with the tires spinning. Come on! Feather it a little bit. Control it! Control the circular motion. Holy shit. Okay, everybody's got to start with a burnout. And then you guys got to learn how to get out of the fucking burnout. Oh, God. Okay, this is hard for me to watch. I figured everybody was just a natural degenerate, and you guys just all knew how to do this. Nope. No, it's too funny. Yeah, bro. Just try to mess around with that. See what you can do. Try your best in race C or race B. See if you can improve your quali. I mean, you should right away. And also, don't be afraid to use the tool in qualifying, where you can do the data logger, and watch the graph. Okay, I want you to watch the graph, and I want you to look at. There's like a certain view you can do where you hit the little slider, and it'll make it so instead of the cars being even, the cars are separate. Okay, watch one lap where the cars are together, and it keeps you with like the world record, and then watch it where they're separate and see how much time they gain on you in certain areas and see where they're pulling away, right? And it'll show you the gap at the top, and it'll show you like plus 0.7, plus 0.8, plus 0.9, right? And you'll see the numbers fluctuate, and you'll see where it's going up and down, and you'll see if you gain on them in the entry, they're gaining more on the exit, right? And you'll see little things like that. And the more you pay attention to things like that, the more you'll understand, like, okay, if this is what they're prioritizing, I should be prioritizing this too. Right? Especially in like this certain area of the track. But yeah, man, I'm gonna head out. No problem. But yeah, good luck. Have fun. Have a good stream. I'll see you later.